raising, and we are hopefully playing more PLO. So let's, provided we can find some tables. Oh, come on, that was the perfect seat. Next to a nut job too. Alright. Darn it. I run it once. Yeah, so a little bit of technical difficulties. I think I might be getting to the root of them. Maybe I can actually, which would be, maybe I can actually solve them on my own, not needing to rely on my ISP, which would be beautiful. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll know like sometime middle next week, probably, or beginning of next week. But it might just be a cable that I need to switch out, but I won't be able to get it until Sunday, I think. I live in a small town, my car's in the shop, and yeah, I can't really get anywhere right now. Alright, wait, no, that's the wrong button. Open the table there. There we go. Well, or so I thought. Sorry, bear with me for a moment. We'll get there. We'll get some tables on the screen presently. That's one out of the way. Betson. Can we do one table start? Yeah, sure. Why not? There is a slight possibility that streaming might be tough this weekend if these problems persist, then nothing slight about the possibility anymore. We will know soon enough. Until then, fingers crossed that things work out nicely. Turn the top pair. I'm a little bit lost. Let's again. We're letting it go. If it's bluff, then well done. And good for him. Seat on the Maniac table? No, but it's a seat on another Maniac's table. And here we have Vasucho to our right, who's currently sitting out, but man, has this guy been good for a bunch of binds in the past. So fingers crossed once more, for entirely different reasons, that maybe this guy comes back. Another nut job sits down to our left here. Certainly not ideal having it on our left, but we'll see. See how it works out. And a PLO 20 table opens. Let me put one spot 1. Yes, I've been having internet problems at various times. Well, I was gonna say of the day, but more likely than, well, more truthfully at night. And it might, the solution might simply be that their cable is faulty. It would still be weird that the outages happened at pretty specific times at night, but who knows? It ain't impossible. In fact, I hope that's the case, because that would be easily fixed. The other likely causes are gonna be ranging from hard to fix to almost impossible. Then I would probably need to change ISPs, and who knows if that'll help. So there. Long story short, I'm working on it. Alright, go for the lead here, why not? Here we have a gutter, and at this point I have to hope that this guy doesn't have a set. Jacks. He does have jacks, that's horrible for us. Oh, that is a very helpful card. Oh, we make the... Damn it. Such a teaser turn there. jacks. Man, we were in excellent. Well, we were in excellent, but we were in good shape against any hand but that. Any hand except the set. Oh well. So it looks like that PLO 20 table on run and once is down to heads up. I doubt I want to dabble in heads up. You know me, I rarely do. Well, leave it at perfect timing because a 5-handed table just opened up. How did that happen? Oh, okay, I'll take it. Down with kings, and it's a God-given right to win a hand with a better hand, actually. So as I was saying in the beginning of the stream, I was so rudely interrupted by not having any internet, is that yesterday ended quite nicely. Quite proud of the fact that into the second stream we launched with a deficit with a minus of 2 buy-ins, and in total finished up 4 buy-ins. I think I won another half a buy-in or another buy-in probably right before I went to bed. I checked out the tables at like 5:30 in the morning on micro, and they were it's insane. There was a PLO 10 table with 2 dudes sitting over 100 BB deep, 100 buy-ins. Wait, what am I talking about? 10 to 15 buy-ins deep. That's what I was trying to say. And I quickly saw the reason why, because one of those guys just shoved everything, like pot, you name it, whatever the dealer dealt him, he ran with it. It was quite a thing to see. Unfortunately, as I said, it was 5:30 in the morning. I was pretty much done for the day, so I did manage to, I think, take a PLO 20 buy and take like 20 euros off him or something like that, which was certainly sweet. But then I had to call it a night. I was in no condition to play deep stacked against him anymore. But yeah, long story short, we finished nicely. 5 buy-ins up yesterday, and I think in total, not, as always, not entirely sure. But I think at this point we are either 8 or 6 buy-ins away from PLO 50. And that is PLO 20 buy-ins, so we need either 120 or 160 euros here against the crazy guy. Maybe I don't like it. A fine flop. All in all, seeing that we have a flush draw and a gutter and a backdoor flush draw. And of course we can rep aces now, c-betting. Which we do, and we take it down. So far so good, the internet seems to be holding. That's usually when it comes crashing down, right? When you say something like that. And playing the tournaments yesterday was very satisfying. Was for the first day ever we had a tournament day on the stream, I guess. I had like a 6-hour stream because we ran well, all in all. In terms of buy-ins, we were up. In terms of real money, we were down because we busted all the more expensive tournaments and made some runs in the smaller ones. In a 51 runner tournament on Stars, we took 3rd, which I was super happy about. And in the 171 runner tournament with, I believe, 66 re-entries, we took 17th and cashed in the 3rd. In total, we must have played, I honestly didn't count, at least not exactly, we must have played like 8 tournaments. So cashing in 3, running to the final, having a final table in one, and running deep in another one. Beautiful. I did a lot, so I'm looking forward to having more tournaments on the stream in the future. Of course, when I say more tournaments, I am talking only about PLO tournaments, because let's face it, what else is there? At least for me, now that I've played PLO for quite a while, there's just no going back to 2 cards. Unless I get like a ticket for No Limit Tournament, sure, then every once in a while with the promotion you get one of these, then I'll play it, but otherwise, hell no. Not calling here. Decided to go for probably rather optimistic call. Let's check this one out. 6-5. 3. What's the solver approach here? So normally I would probably fold this against a crazy guy. Could see arguments be made for both. Like, you want to open up your range against a crazy guy, or do you want to tighten down? I see benefits to both. Anywho, in this exact spot, button versus cutoff, what the matrix have done? 5-4-3, right? See. Matrix would have indeed done nothing. Would have just folded it. Now I get a same seat I was gunning for earlier on the table with the other crazy dude. Oh, might not be that crazy because he's also sitting on this table. Ah, I remember. He was that dude where looking at the stats you could assume that maybe he was alright, just a little bit too aggressive maybe. Whereas in fact, quite nutty. Not much going on any table. You have a hand here that we most likely don't want to get involved with. Yeah. Button schmatten. Even with the button here, I'm not calling disconnected single suited ace like this. We need to hassle. No hands yet. Strange enough, we're not starting to stream with aces. Standards are falling everywhere, I tell you. This shall not stand. I am. Alright, giving us a top pair and an open ender is not horrible by any means. Especially on a rainbow board. Pair. Here we're gonna go for the check raise with a pair and not flush draw. Actually, sorry, no, we don't have a pair. Thought we had the deuce pair. So here, let's check once more. We make our straight here. I think we're still gonna come over the top. Open ender and the nut flush draw. It has to count for some. We did get called here, weirdly enough. Oh, it's Schnauzer! Hoofatronic! Good friend of the channel. Is who we're trying to take this one away from. I hadn't noticed. Good luck, good luck. Two pair? Yeah, not an easy call. Or do we get there? No! Nice answer, nice hand. Flop the world here. Now. Also flop nicely here. Probably could have sized down here. 8 rolling off is not the source of complete joy. Alright, we are still 3 bases. Keep the pot small-ish. Sorry, here. Clicked the wrong button there. Hoofatronic. Good to see you back, man. Oh, and Toby's in the channel as well. Welcome back, Toby's. So the Schnauzer table we're gonna leave because we have a PLO 20 table instead, and why not do that? So right off the bat we are... hang on. What's happening? This guy. Well, at this point we can hardly let go, can we? Hope he doesn't have the flush draw covered. He does have the aces, unfortunately, so we need a lot of help here. Ooh, help confirmed. I was gonna say just like that we started the stream down 1.5 binds. Now we're down half a bind. Due to a little bit of luck, and he actually had the aces. Oh, in case you're hearing that. The thunderstorm passing nearby. And poker in 2019. Welcome back, poker. So, cracked some aces. A decent start. Ooh, yeah. Sorry, talking to the dog. Wait, sorry. No, was the right button. Apparently I'm confused. You know what? I think with a gun. Because I'm gonna fold this one this time. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what's correct here. It's a little bit nitty. Jack 6, huh? Or the gun. Check it out. I think usually I raise this one. I mean, of course, we would have gotten a nice flop, but let's stick to the main point here, which is, should we be in this hand? Yeah, we should. I don't know where that came from. Okay, I never not raised it. As far as I know, I never not raised this hand under the gun. I don't know, technical difficulties probably took its toll on me. Took their toll on me. Say that correctly. And der Alte back as well. Welcome back, der Alte. Play some more PLO. Whereas this one, I now am fairly confident this one gets folded. I can't really call it. I can't really raise it. Pretty much the first time we're playing at this table, we're bound to get a lot of respect. Ace 8 deuce deuce. Was it a small blind versus button? Double suited. Yeah, that's perfectly correct. With double suited deuces, you only play the ace king, which you raise call, or the ace queen, which you raise fold. Again, double suited. Check this a little bit. Because the problem here is runouts. We do have blockers with the 5 and the jack, but still. Sorry. I'm just realizing the table I'm talking about is not on the main screen. I am confused. What the hell is going on? Anyway. Now this is the table I'm talking about. Let's bet here. Mostly as a bluff at this point, since we have blockers. Maybe not. We're representing the nuts. What I'm trying to say when I say mostly as a bluff. We still have a lot of value here. We have top 2, we have flush draw. Another PLO 20 table on runner once opens. Find a spot for it. Probably gonna be the table we doubled up on. Yeah. Have kings. Up here, blind versus blind, we're gonna raise as well. King starting off decently. Same is true here. Get called after not too long of a pause. called here as well, and we now beat all the other kings. With a king high flush, we take it down on table 3. Here we get to put more money in with aces, so we shall. Table 1 we take it down as well, with top 2 now. The king 8-8 board. Yeah, just as an FYI, so to say, I had some internet troubles earlier, which is also why I'm rather late with the first stream today. It is possible that they'll return, and in which case I'm not sure if I'll be able to continue streaming, but we'll figure that out as we go along. Oh no. For a moment I thought we were suited to the ace, which of course we're not, then we're letting it go. Easy peasy. Let's watch. Nothing else going on. Flush draw versus jacks, huh? Oh, liking this guy. He was the initial raiser, right? With the queen 8-7 deuce, single suited. What happened? The answer there's I don't know. The math itself, I think I know. Kinda do well enough. But figuring out where I'm standing right now is a hassle because I cashed out on a couple of sites where I just had more money on the sites that I needed. Not a brag, I just took advantage of like 2 deposit bonuses in the past on stars and party, and you know, hence there was more money there. Did cash out some winnings on Betson. So anyway, because I deposited money with various methods over in the past, I was now forced to withdraw money with different methods. So there's money in transit, like some of that going to my online wallet, some of them going to my old bank account, some of them going to my new bank account, and I just have to wait until all that money that's in transit actually hits these accounts on, I would assume, Monday, before I'm easily able to tell where we stand. Because right now it's just, I hate things like that, which is why I'm not a tax advisor or bookkeeper, like dealing with gathering numbers from different sources and figuring out what's up and what's going on. It just makes you go, ugh. So I'd rather not, and I'll wait until all the money is in the various accounts, and then I'll be having a much easier time telling where we're standing. That's great, man. Pretty good. And I hope I said it already, but welcome back, Fouché. Nice to see you here once more. Alright. Keep the pot small. Board pairing is of course not ideal. I have won it. Everybody can win it. You played very well that day. Let's go for cheeky bluff here. Moment. Up the top set. That bluff works out. We bet a little bit here. Changing things a little bit puts definitely additional straights out there. We're gonna call here, sorry, that's 7, I didn't go. We're gonna call. That 6 is horrible. Hold a nice bluff here. Still take it down here, even though the 6 rolled off in the end. And he's deep in the tank, man. If you're taking this one down, that'll be sweet. I think it is safe to say that we will beat at this point. And probably let me know, Poker them. I am curious to see what they give you. I mean, I have to give stars one thing. I'm giving them a lot of shit and they deserve it because their bonus program, their rewards program is non-existent anymore. And I really haven't played any meaningful volume with them in a year now, I believe. But they keep sending me deposit bonuses for some reason. I probably... Last year in total, it was probably more than $400 or $500, I would say, in total. So they do have that going for them. Being a little bit optimistic here with the betting. And again, this guy isn't check crazy. It's not like he's coming over the top willy-nilly there. But the chests, man, yeah, the chests are a joke. Actually, they're slapped to the face. They have one reason why I'm not putting money in there. Or why I'm not putting volume in on stars. You go like, yay, I got a chest. And you go, oh, I get 3 cents back on the dollar that I paid in rake. And at that point, they might as well come to my home and insult me and my family personally. Because that's what it feels like. And every casino game, but I could have lifted that. Yeah, good call on the casino games. I do that too. Not because I'm any sort of casino player. It's just me being paranoid now. I think, yeah, if I get hacked, then they can't blow my money that way. Not folding the super days. Bottom top pair, backdoor flush draw, a little bit of a blocker with the 4. All the 2 pair outs that we like, that's one of them. A mystery chest. Not ideal. Shouldn't really hit him all that often though. I suspect we're still gonna be good here quite a lot. And so we are. Get queens. How do you call with queens there? Oh wait, you're coming out the top. Okay, sweet. I was just thinking if you're closing the action, what am I doing here? Probably need to let go. Not saying I would have. I feel it would be right to let go at that point. Good thing we're not being put in that situation. And how things change. We're now sitting on 3 run-at-once tables. Ooh, what's going on? Kings and aces and you just called? What are you people doing? And this is never a... his hand is never a 3-bet. Unless you're talking small blind versus button heads up. Then yeah, sure. Otherwise, do not... be very careful with even double-suited kings. Especially if they don't contain an ace. That's just inviting a world of hurt to come crashing down on you. Alright, let's get that queen. There it is, that queen now. Alright. Ooh, a very decent splash here. 5 euros. Those are so easy to overlook, man. I'll take one off here for half pot. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. I think the definition for this flop in relation to our hand is bupkis. Or zip nada niente. It is being checked around though on the turn. The other thing, the flop. Yeah, me talking, good at it. I don't know. One of those days, I guess. Alright, let's take it down because nobody's gonna have anything, right? Up against 6s and deuces. Nope. Let's stop telling a story on rainbow board. With 10s. That's not helpful. Abort, abort, abort! Alright, alright. I feel, on the whole, we have more than enough bluffs in our range. But go for this one. Also, it doesn't make too much sense on the river. Now that we check the turn. The mystery chests. Yeah, I'm very much interested in hearing what they end up containing. Oh, you still have one of these security tokens. I did too for the longest time, then I switched to two-factor authentication on my phone. Yeah, right. I definitely would still have it if I had any meaningful amounts of money and stars still. Since I don't, I'm kind of like, meh, whatever. Just like you there. Like, meh, whatever. Hang on, I need to check something. It's starting to rain and I need to check that we're not getting wet. I have a window open. Will we bluff here? I guess we have some showdown value. That'll do. Taking this one down now. And check all the way. Single raise pot. That way we get more than just kings to call here. Maybe that way we get, with this sizing, we also get jacks to call, maybe tens. Again, when check on the flop, single raise pot. Also, here it is. Alright, let's check behind. Although I do have the feeling we're good here a lot. Or splitting it once more, that'll fine too. I think it stopped. The open ender here, we're still gonna let it go. Nope. I left to act, not being suited to queen. Right. So no streams tomorrow. But I'll be back on Sunday and I'll try to be back a little bit earlier. I don't know, I think my brother's coming to visit on Sunday, but I think he's coming for lunch, not as opposed to dinner, so I should be good starting in the afternoon. I will definitely do the home games, don't get me wrong. But I'm just trying, in exchange for not being online tomorrow, be a little bit longer on Sunday. A set. They're selling us, oh, okay. Such a small pot, I'd rather go for the check raise than for the lead, I think. Maybe even just check call. Oh. It's like feet. Chi-ching! Ah, nice to see you back in the channel, Chi-ching. And thank you very much. Wait, I thought I changed my chat icons. Why is it still the bleed purple thingy? Oh well. Yeah, let's actually just call here. If you guys don't know Chi-ching, by the way, he recently appeared on my radar. Apparently she has been playing poker for quite a while. Plays live from Canada. And more importantly plays, I believe, tournaments pretty much, right, on your channel? On Twitch, and does so in a very entertaining fashion. Has a great channel. Do check her out. I like Chi-ching a lot. copy your name, then I'd be happy to do a shout out proper. Right, sorry. That took a moment. Oh, der Alte. Thank you very much, der Alte. You read my mind. Yeah, Chiching is one of those streamers where no matter what mood you have when you go into her stream, there's a very high chance you're gonna feel better afterwards. Every person. So this one with the set there on table 4 we had to let go in the end. Let's actually check out, did we see a showdown there? Yeah, no big surprise. Flush on both ends. Sounds weird. Yeah, let's never say it like that again. If we get raised, we let go. I don't know, the eternal PLO 50 delay. What do you mean, that we've been taking a while to move up to PLO 50? What are you saying, Hoovertronic? Right? Pokerin? It is tilting, and I remember much better days. Which is why it is so very tilting, because we all do. And the first time, matter of fact, the only time I made Supernova, the only year, because that's when Black Friday happened, and then, you know, the whole thing was done with. I got a call from, they had like a customer service rep or some dude who took care of the Supernovas and called me and asked me if I had any troubles, any issues, any suggestions, anything. Those were days. Thank you very much, Chiching. Very nice of you to say. Yeah, and to me it's unbelievable. I didn't want to come across as like blasé about it. Quite the opposite. Is very, very unbelievable to me that people subscribe in the first place, and now that there's like 5 months subscribers, actually gonna need a 6-month subscriber badge soon. Sometimes it feels surreal. That's fine. No. I think we can come over the top. It's okay, sure, there's one-handed beats us. He doesn't have it. Really? Oh, that's horrible because we're blocking out odds. We have slow play aces, or does he really have to straight? I can't let it go. And why should I when we make quads on the river? Man, we got really lucky there. And actually, I'm gonna post his hand on the Discord because I think I need to fold this one. Let's assume he doesn't have aces.
Yeah.
Hoofatronic, thank you very much for the 2-month in a row sub. That is... Wait, I did you call there? Oh, there. That is quite a thing. Thank you very much, Hoofatronic. Oh, very, very nice of you. Holding here, calling here. What was I saying? Right, about that hand there. So let's assume he doesn't have aces. And let's assume he has the straight. Which I think is true the overwhelming majority of the time there. Then I can't see that being a good call. Because we block all of our outs. Except the ace, but whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna copy that hand out. Now I smile every time I look over there to the event list and I see the resub. Thanks a lot. It looks like we are playing heads up here the whole time. Let's not do that. This one we're letting go. Sorry, I was trying to paste it hand into my node file. I mean to leave that guy on table 1 waiting. And a cheeky little race with absolutely nothing takes it down. Neat. Yeah, this one I'll post to my Discord. I think I saved up a bunch of them that I wanted to post to my Discord, just didn't get around to it yesterday. I'll strive to do it today. Cha-ching! Oh, no worries! You know me, I love to talk. So I welcome any and all questions. And I have bad memory too, so beats me if you ever asked it before. Anyway, I do play tournaments on stars. I don't play any cash on stars. I feel in the micros that rake is your biggest enemy, and therefore rake back is your biggest friend. So I actually played some tournaments. We had the first tournament stream yesterday, and spoiler, it went well. I final table, took third in a was a small stars tourney at like 53 runner or 51 or something like that runners. Got 17th in a 170 runner and 66 re-entries tournament, and cashed in the third one and played like 8 in total or something, plus minus 2. So I'm definitely I enjoyed it immensely, and I'm looking forward to having more tournaments on the stream. But that'll be the extent of it when it comes to me playing on stars. We might be able to go for a race fold. Okay, playing for $4. What are these people doing? That's tough. Comes over the top, and we're definitely sticking to the race fold plan here. I'm gonna check this one out if it's indeed kosher or a little bit too loose. However, we are raising down here. So it would be small blind versus button. We had king, whatever, king, what was it? 7 something? 7-5, triple suited. No. But it's close. Hang on, what would... I think checking is fine. So we're having a open-ender and both flush draws now. Interesting. Alright. To the nuts. Up here, I guess we make the nuts too, but let's check it once more. For now. Who is that lurking in the shadows, emerging from the shadows, rather? You read that right, it is the Shadow Maniac, who is now coming for all of our viewers, Chiching, I'm afraid. Because, well, at least for all these with an affinity for PLO. Because the Shadow Maniac is now streaming. In fact, he took down a tournament on, I believe, Bet Online it was, yesterday. And I was actually watching the Thallo home game on the Run It Up channel. But when I saw that which was, you know, hugely entertaining, but when I saw that the Shadow Maniac is in fact streaming, I was showing you a black part of the screen, I apologize, I have to put a table there. Yeah, when I saw that the Shadow Maniac was streaming, I had to close that home game, that high 6 home game, watch the Shadow Maniac take down a micro tourney. Because them is the breaks, and those are my priorities. If I can figure this out, then maybe I can give you a shout out too. Ah, now there we go. And oh, of course, the home games are there on, every Sunday. True. But you already know about those. GG. You are an influence on me, Shadowmaniac. No probable about it. By far the toughest, or at least used to be. Yeah, they probably are. But yeah, that's the other thing. Shadowmaniac comment is right on the nose there. You're definitely right. Yeah, I assume that's still definitely true for No Limit tournaments and cash games. But for PLO tournaments, the Shadowmaniac has right on the money there. Those usually don't tend to be tough. However, our heads up here. Let's not do any of that. Poker? Yeah, poker in right. PLO 10 with no wig back. What's the point? Entirely true. Needs to hire Nightbot. Thank you very much for being on the congratulations. I had a blast too. We are letting it go. If he finds a lead in himself, then more power to him. I have a soft field with no reg pick and reg pick with a tough field. Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. Oh, and the Nuclear Smurf is here. Hey, Nuclear Smurf, guess what? That nice gentleman, that fine person from Runner Ones answered, and it is fine for me to do a little advertisement for the tournament. So, PM me the details on Discord, and I'll set up a Nightbot command. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Shadowmaniac. No, keyword being Nightbot, because it's... in case you're wondering, it's something the Shadowmaniac, as he just wrote in chat, needs on his channel. What I need is more tables. That one. Alright, looks like it'll be a few PLO 10 tables for the time being. Fair enough. You take the money wherever it comes from. Take the money. Oh, hopefully. He lost a lot of money. Lost a few buy-ins in the first stream yesterday. When we played cash in between tournament breaks, or when tournaments broke. When we broke in the tournaments, I mean. A little bit here. How we doing on run at once? Sitting on 4 tables now. Only table 1 and table 4 are PLO 20 tables. The other 2 are PLO 10. Oh. Yeah, we're up. Almost a buy-in. Total, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, which I believe I'm not. Poker is, I have the same experience, yeah. People are worse outside of stars. It's only good for volume, and what good is volume if it doesn't help you achieve any goals? Oh, and Kippery is gonna have a stream at 8 o'clock, so on 1 hour and 20 minutes from now. I suspect we will see him around on a few of our tables. They're playing a big one. Shadowmaniac, when it comes to copyright music, if you want, I tried out all the major suppliers. I know Chi-Ching likes, uses and likes Monstercat. And Monstercat would be my second choice. I had the other one, Pretzel Music, I think. Monster Cat and Pretzel cost like $5 a month. But ultimately I decided to go with Epidemic Sounds, who unfortunately cost 3 times that. I think they charge $15 a month. But I just like their music much more. To be honest, Chiching, the music I heard on your stream from Monster Cat was fine. It was much better than I remembered it being. Which is definitely why it would be my second recommendation. If you don't want to spend $15 a month, because, you know, it's $180 a year. If you don't stream that much, then that's definitely not necessary. But check both of them out. Check out Monster Cat and see if that's to your liking. And if it's not, then check out Epidemic Sounds. And Epidemic Sounds, you can actually download the songs, which is kind of nice. You can use your own player, which makes it easier to have the now playing thing in the overlay if you want that. Oh yeah, I'm aware poker really hasn't been the focus here for a while since I've been talking non-stop. On the other hand, nothing really happened. This one, we pretty much the same spot we were in earlier with the 7-5 triple suited. Check it out. Again, I'm gonna fold it to a raise. This one is actually kosher. Can be done. Flop the open ender and the overpair. Backdoor flush draw. Gonna bet large out of position here. Wow, what a turn. And we're doing nicely on turning kings today. The rainbow board? Maybe we can check it even. And, you know, we're not doing too bad, too shabby on flopping kings either. Here, he's bound to bet, right? Alright. I have a 7 now. Even if nobody bets, I don't mind terribly checking into checking here and seeing a turn. There's a bunch of nasty turns in the deck here, this being one of them. Now, I think we actually let this one go. If I knew that this guy was gonna call behind, then sure, I'm going with it. I'm calling. This one I suspect the solver actually might fold. The small blind. Button 954, huh? They. Yep. Does so. I'm constantly being surprised by that. So, you know, as you can see, I haven't quite internalized that. Double suited hands in the small blind, double suited ace high hands like this one, where you go like, yeah, sure, this looks like a nice hand. Really isn't in this spot. At least from a solver perspective. And let's face it, I mean, if you take a closer look at the hand, at first glance it does look nice, but you know, you'd be hard pressed to actually name the elements that make it a nice hand. You really don't have high card strength, you don't have connectivity. Double suitedness, sure, but one of the flushes would be 9 high, which brings its own problems. Against the small blind, I don't mind betting here at all. It's not a board the small blind should like all that often. Wait to check Epidemic Sounds. I was surprised they have a huge library. They have like ambient music. Well, they have the music you find everywhere, and then they have the weird stuff like things for kid parties or for like parades and weird stuff. So all the music that I'm playing here is from Epidemic Sounds, and I only download the songs that I liked. Spend a couple of hours to figure, you know, go through the music and pick what I like. Which is also why it often takes me quite a while to add new music to the stream. As der Alte sadly knows. Because I've been talking about adding some der Alte friendly music for weeks now and I haven't gotten around to it. I'm embarrassed by it, to be honest. Alright, we do have a hand that's worth talking about and worth playing with, the King 8, 7, 6. So out of this correct, gonna call a race should he or anyone else come over the top. So it's basically what it is, cutoff versus MP. And it's perfectly alright. Come over the top and call a race with this one. And given how this hand went down so far, mind c-betting here, we can probably size down a little bit. The biggest candidates for calling here besides an ace, of course, which might not call always. Or is not going to call always. Of course, wraps which we block, and flush draws which we block. Of course he comes over the top, and I'm going to give it a moment to sweat, and then I'm going to let it go. But I don't mind even c-betting even into 2, or yeah, probably like that's probably the upper limit, c-betting this into 2 people. I've gotten a lot of folds with that. Feels like deja vu. Be right back. Going for a little walk. Alright. See you later. See you soon, Chi-Ching. Yeah, it's deja vu all over again now. Here we have a pair and an open-ender. Backdoor nut flush draw. Oh, there's the copyright fees section of Spotify, since you're already paying monthly for it. Perfect. Perfection. Yeah, do that then, of course. Duh. That is a no-brainer. Let me know what you think about it. About the music that they're offering there, I mean. At this point, letting it go. Nope. Kings never bet, so really a rather tight person. Here on table 1, this lady. Up the top pair, didn't do anything about it. Point. Here we're really not losing much equity if we get raised. And we're turning stuff nicely today. Write a book on that, or have like a video how to turn the nuts. I mean, I know they're not the nuts. Read them as such. That king really isn't helpful. I think a really small bet. Targeting like the ace-jack, the queen-jack. Or the jack-9 in his case. And isn't he hating life? I should have raised the flop. I knew it. Damn noobs turning full houses on me. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just cool about it. Should be ideal, of course. From his point of view, allowing him to play tilt free. Yeah, it's probably alright. Playing this one in position. And we flop okay. Pair in a flush draw. Alright. That turning man is like working out. Know how to turn stuff. And if we're actually starting to play some poker once more. As in, I'm starting to concentrate on poker a little bit more. That's some nice bluffs already. I like the 2 races where we had absolutely nothing that took it out. Those were quite entertaining. And I would have sang a different tune had those not gone through. Naturally. This one we're letting go. And there, well, I don't know. Check it out. So no dice here. That's fine. Not confused about it here. There was an A7 5 deuce. Like a big blind versus a cut-off open or cut-off squeeze spot. And we squeeze a cut-off open. 7 5 deuce. Double suited. Nope. In that case, I was not being too needy. That one actually does get folded. Where's this one out of the gun? I think one too cheeky. And erase it without thinking about it. I mean, now it's kind of alright, but not. Again, checking it out. Get raised. Gonna do this then. Oh, this guy is. Never mind, this guy doesn't have much behind. Put it in. Yeah, that's gonna be tough to overcome, man. Yeah, that's all she wrote. Check down 6 euros in profit. And we're running well B-flop here because Vasuchu sat down and we have position on him. I think this is actually a squeeze. Not many single suited ace high rundowns get squeezed, or ace high card, yeah, ace high hands. This one probably does. If you get raised again, mind you, we're letting it go in a flash. Very nice pot, because we're blocking wraps, have a gutter ourselves. Here it came over the top as well. More borderline. Take this one down, and take this one down. I was gonna check out the ace 10 8 3 it was on the gun. Suited. 2 with the ace. Yeah, in fact I was right of going like, huh? Because it should not be raised under the gun. Drug commercial music. Being commercial free for 10 years, or 20 years. And, you know, not steeped in the American commercial pop culture part. I can't confirm. I cannot deny or confirm. I'll take your word for it, though. Yeah, no TV for me since, what, 2001 or something? So I get all my completely legal backup music, no, movies from the internet, of course. And so no commercials. So that little part of life is passing me by. In fact, I closed down plenty of YouTube video just because it starts with commercials. Well, I don't think they do anymore since I changed ad blockers a year ago or something. And free spins on a slot machine, stars in my chest. Ooh! Are there any terms and conditions that apply? As in, you know, you have like play through the winning amount 38 times or whatever? Because sometimes that's the case. I have no idea how it works with stars. But I would hope, since you won those in a chest, that whatever you win with these free spins, you can actually cash out right away. Aces down here. Aces, you get aces, I get aces, everybody gets aces, apparently. Putting my name into the pool a little more and 100 ones. What do we have? We have the top set block, that is quite nice. How awesome is the turn? Man, those turns, they're working for us. And no mistake. I hope. It has been ages since we gotten raised in a spot like this where we go like, man, this is probably a huge turn. Then somebody actually did show up with the deuce. I don't remember that happening recently at all. Where's here? Not through to the ace. Yeah, against a tight character discipline. Oh, here we are calling with the ace queen and 7. Double suited. Table 2, another nut job sits down. Oh, that's the guy that loves to bet post. I remember that gentleman. To bet pot post. Apparently there was a dealer change here on this table. We're not getting Not those amazing flops anymore. Ah, was Pursuit? I hadn't even noticed that it's the crazy dude coming over the top. Good thing I didn't. I mean, would I have come over the top? Nah, probably not. Gonna go for 2 barrels. That's a long tank. Ain't gonna scare me. Still gonna barrel. Just letting you know. What's your name? Adriana. Okay. Of course, if we get raised, then we're letting it go, but we don't. Right. 50 cents, yeah, maybe. Hands all over the place. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't raise here. What a turn. Piss her off. Yeah, came over the top. And I said, oh, we take it out. They disciplined there, Adriana, I like it. I did say earlier that you don't raise double suited kings a lot. It is a blind versus button open situation. It is one of the very few exceptions to that. I almost checked here. I suspect he's showing up with an ace a lot. Then I thought, if he checks quickly on the turn, he's probably still has that ace a lot. But he probably won't have ace king. Yeah, he's gonna have something like ace jack or ace king, ace queen. And then I can maybe take it away. And in the end, of course we didn't, but I like that line. Beam down. Oh. Check the log file of my router. Did you notice any interruption there, Alter? Okay. Yeah, table then. Actually, it shouldn't have been down. There are no error messages on my end. Turn. Yeah, I think with Adriana, I'm gonna stick to raising when I actually have some value, because we've been doing it to her quite often now. And maybe she's getting antsy, getting more call happy than she otherwise would. What? I heard the noise. The noise. Haley Barber, 2003. That's the follow. Thank you very much. That is indeed very nice. Get raised, huh? Just gonna call. For multiple reasons. First of all, we don't have hearts. And second of all, we most likely have the same hand. I'm also not gonna raise here, I think. Back for now. Flop top and bottom with nice blockers to straights. Those tens. Yeah, I'm just gonna call here. I think we always have the same hand. We don't, really. The one time where I try to save rake. F me. Just gonna call 2 flush draws. The backdoor one. If she bets again, most likely gonna let it go. Yeah. Ah man, the one time where... Yeah, note to self, or PSA, don't put people on exact hands in PLO. Not all that often, not on a turn. I hope no playthrough, Delta says. Yeah, I mean, that would be... That kind of be a nasty move. Now that I think about it, if they have like a playthrough required first of all win as a bonus. I mean, we're back! Hey Gloryman, welcome back to the channel. Things are excellent here. Finished off the day perfectly yesterday, up 4 binds, getting really close to PLO 52. So life is peachy. I hope the same is true for you. At least most of that. Not sure if you're close to PLO 50, but I hope life is treating you kindly and everything is on the up and up. Yeah, that we teaching. That's actually when I started out streaming. I had the firm intention of not using the streamer we. Like, oh, we finished nicely yesterday. We did that and that. What do we do here? Blah blah. But it crept in and I can't shake it. I just can't get rid of it. So I'm taking it at face value that it's apparently a part of the whole thing, of the whole experience. Taking this one down, down all the way. Oh lord, more heads-up tables, huh? Let's not do that. Not my bottom set on a flush and straight board, blocking on outs a little bit. Let's take one off, see what happens. Came over the top because I kind of felt like it, I guess. Also, it's blind versus blind. Just opened the PLO 20 table where everybody was sitting out. No, do what's going on there. Maybe it's some sort of protest. Alright, letting this go now. Hey, wow. Man. We just know how to turn stuff today. Yes, Jax, I shall be mad a little bit. Do it, man. Don't do it. That poor guy. I mean, on the other hand. Not sure if the lead is the thing there. He turned massively. He had an open-ender already, then he turned another open-ender. And had a flush draw on top. Didn't have a pair though. More aces for us. I think I'm missing something in the chat. Only 5 hours before sweet freedom. What? You at work? Oh, you're at work then. That has to be it. I think 3-base. We are just checking here. Yeah, we'll let him go. Problem is runouts. We don't have hard, we don't have straight blockers. Don't have any backdoor things going on for us at all. You learn to count your winnings. Pokémath Pokémath 2020, as in hindsight? You know, looking back, I know exactly what I should have done. That'd be a good course. No, I'm just kidding, of course. Pokémath 2020, huh? Haven't heard of it. Gonna lead when we flop so huge. Wait, big one, what happened here? Open-ender, the flop straight. And that jack is definitely not ideal. Doesn't get a rise out of him though, it doesn't bet, so let's bet ourselves at this point then. Slow play the nuts, then more power to him. I'm flop a little bit nicer without a paired aces. I eat a bottom set. It'll lead too, that's quite a nice of you. Well, I was gonna say we are deep, but of course we're not because it's PLO 20. Maybe. Hope he doesn't have a better set. He does not, apparently. Nobody got time for that math. Oh, Garen Sluck, welcome back to the channel, mate. Just catching up with the chat here, saying enjoy the grind today, sir. Thank you very much. So far, yeah, things are going well. That there, the PokerMath 2020. No, interesting. More aces for us. No, I never heard about it before, Glory. Pot button. Yeah, that's. I agree with that. Just press the pot button and keep flopping aces. That'll help too. It seems to be highly important. It's actually obvious, but weird learning curve. Yep. Yep, nothing to add there. There's a bunch of draws up there, which is plotted here. I'm gonna be mad if you take it down right now. There's one secret ingredient. Secret ingredient, huh? Speaking. Speaking of which, let's not keep a secret how we are doing today. Hey, excellent segue, Nut Racing. I know, you should go into broadcasting. I know. No, don't worry. Bits like this are not going to be a staple on this channel. It's enough that we have the Wii. We don't. Yeah, not going to do more third-person stuff than that. But my main point, how we doing? We are up a buy-in on Run It Once, if I'm not mistaken. I believe I am not. Right? And on the other thing? On micro. Nope. Yes, please. Micro, we up another buy-in. So we're up 2. See, I'm not I lost cause in math. I managed to, add up, what was it, 1, and what was the other one? Yeah, that damn memory again. I think the result was 2 though, so there's hope. Get called? How weird. 2 spots, really? Pippa, Pippa, okay. See what they have then. Just believe in the heart of the card and let it guide you. Stare the other way? You know what? Against the minimum. Think about this one. First of all, let's raise here. Wait, raise here where we flop huge. All the pairs and then a flush draw. Here we squeezed, which I think is kind of borderline actually. I'm willing to let this one go against a very passive player. We turn nicely here, because that seems to be the theme of today, us turning huge, i.e. case in point here. Maybe 2 we took it down. And here we're only behind kings at this point. We don't always turn huge. Sometimes we just flop the world. We don't want to take it down. I should have checked here. Should have checked here. What am I afraid of? That people catch up? Yeah, duh. Of course, I would fold too. Especially if I bet half pot, which just looks so much like value. Duh. Biscuit once by the mastermind. get a lot of tables up, but there's a lot of sets made. I know, I know. I have an appointment at the proctologist. There must be a horseshoe up my butt. Deserved. Ah, Garen's luck. That is very nice of you. Yeah, speaking of lots of tables, we have 5 of them in total. Wait. Oh lord, I can see the math jokes already in the chat. This never happened. I'm just gonna abandon this whole line of conversation. You can see yourself how many tables we have up. I'm not gonna embarrass myself further by trying to count all of these massive number of tables. I just want to say one thing. If I take the shoes off, I can count until 20. Well, since the accident, 19, but... Potato, potato. So that course costs 1k for the coaching or for the course. I think if I ever was to spend 1k on coaching, then does 1k better come out of my profits and not out of my savings. I would only invest that much money if I'm making that much money on a regular basis. I almost don't want to show this one because we flop yet another set. If he bets pot, we gotta bet pot too. This time we get called. We block the top set, which is of course awesome. If he has it, we are dead. Move one out. Gloryman, that's an excellent question. The worst days we have, so yeah, I'm gonna answer twofold. The worst days we had was, I believe we had multiple, as in around 3 or 4 in total, I believe. Days where we were down around 14 buy-ins, and I didn't count completely exactly, but I think, but downswing as in multiple days until we got out of the rut was probably around 30, which is nothing compared to the short-sticking days I had. The short-sticking stretches I think I misplayed this hand from start to finish. First of all, this dude min-raised, so I raised, he called, this dude min-raised, I came over the top, which is the first weird thing. You're the only ones with a flush draw. Wow. Apologize, guys. I didn't deserve any of that. I want to make that absolutely clear. The one good thing I did in this hand was to open it. That's where it stopped. Oh lord. Here we're just gonna call. Here, depends if we get to squeeze. If not, we're just gonna call as well. Excellent blockers here, but I'm not gonna make use of them just yet. Let's see this pot. Just gonna let it go. Yeah, for 1k you can get a lot of coaching, that's true. I can make you a deal. Genuinely kidding with that one. And would you look at that, this gentleman actually had the 5-4, so good for us that we didn't do anything there. Yeah, once a high VPIP, otherwise rather passive player donks a flop like that. Just think caution, a good default setting. Hey, it's not a set. I wanna, in my defense, this is not a set. It's trips. Really? On FU. Wait, you're calling again? What are you people doing? I mean, if you're behind here, then so be it. Give some money back to these fine folks. Certainly kind of deserve it. Again! Not only did I raise the flop because I had a pair and a flush draw, and we turned you. This is getting embarrassing, man. I swear I didn't bribe anyone. Yeah, we just check, let him bluff. I mean, it's not like there's... What am I doing here? Nothing behind. I didn't see that in time. What? Okay, you deserve that one, my friend. The other one, I did that... this one you did to yourself is what I'm trying to say. The other one, I got lucky. Wait a minute. Jesus. Again, not a set. I would like to point this out. Just flop the nuts here. Take it down. Where is this? Is concerning. Let it go. Again, the passive two. Maybe he's tilted and like raised the ace king, the ace jack now on the river, but I kinda doubt it. Raymond, one important aspect there when you think about getting coaching is, are you in a position where you're actually this deep in the game already, where your knowledge level is at a point where you get enough use out of the advanced information a really good coach could provide you? Or a really good, like, seminar, for like this video seminar, I think it is, for 1K. So are you actually in a position where you can make use of that advanced information already? Because I kinda doubt that I would be. Just yet. So yeah, maybe something to think about, maybe something to take into account before you go on a spending spree. Mastermind playing and then some coaching. Yeah, that's a good approach, I feel. So it's hot in the UK? Well, mark the calendars, ladies and gentlemen. No, not really. As a matter of fact, we're looking at a weekend full of rain here in Germany, which is sorely needed. So it definitely cooled down, and it has been... It hasn't been hot for a while. Not like really hot. It's normal for PLO, yeah. You can easily go on a 50-60 buy-in downswing. Which is why people suggesting having more than 100 buy-ins for bankroll, especially if you're thinking about doing it professionally. You get kings as well, it's kind of funny. Which is why, yeah, for professionals, people sometimes suggest even having 150 or 200 buy-ins. It's not going over the top there. Because you can have nasty stretches. Guess it will be bigger at PLO 50. Well, it will be in monetary terms. Let's hope not. Let's hope it won't be bigger in the when it comes to buy-ins. Because that would blow. Again with the min raises. Alright, this guy is just gonna get the red tag, even though he doesn't quite have the stats to support it, but he is rather on the nutty side. Up and open enter and a pair. So far so good. Have a nice raise here. Against this guy I might actually end up calling. Seen him do earlier. This time he had something. Fair enough. Didn't have to flush though, do not that. Here we're not c-betting. He ain't that crazy. On some run, once tables are firing off. Nobody bets. How about a 4 on the river? I'm the card whisperer, man. I don't know what's happening today. Okay, I guess we're losing it then? Alright. Yeah, okay. Note to self, be more specific next time. A 4 on the river and nobody having a 4. You turn a flush, he checks. What happens if you bet? The Golden Blazer! The guy I just sorry when I scroll down. The Golden Blazer's in the channel. That is a huge pleasure to have you here, my friend. Things are good. Getting really close to PLO 50 now. And Der Alter already doing a fine job with the shoutout. Thank you Thank you very much, Der Alter, for doing that. If you guys don't know the Golden Blazer, do check out his channel. This man is amazing. I love me some Golden Blazer action. Always a lot of fun. His chat never stops. I don't think you've been streaming for that long, but you've grown just quickly and massively. And yeah, I always enjoy my time on your channel. And I always end up staying longer than I initially planned to. So now I'm a little bit of a pickle. Hang on. So I have a whole bunch of way more tables open than I would like to have open. So we need to close some of them. Alright, that'll do fine for us against this crazy gentleman. Gonna do it pretty quickly. I don't think it dissuades him from calling at this guy. How about we make the nuts once more? Sounds good to me. Good deal. Oh, I didn't mean over here, but that'll work too. Can help himself? He cannot. That. And we got it all of his money. Yeah, I'm just gonna, well, yeah, maybe on the off chance he doesn't have it. Yeah, he does. Usually not a raise. All you do is end up paying more rake. This time he really didn't have much behind. Yeah. Alright, give me a moment while I rearrange the tables, and then I will catch up with the chat a little bit more as well. For a moment I was sitting on 6 tables or more. That does take up most of my attention then for... You know, I'm getting old. Argument could be made that I am old. Right, sitting on 3 tables once more. Opening up the 4th one in a moment. And funny thing to Golden Desert when you write "not raisin" like that with I hear exactly the way you would say it. Because you always go like "not raisin" or something. I can't quite do it, but I thoroughly enjoy it every time. I just heard it in my head when I saw that. You know, there are things you need to study and apply. There's no point getting coaching. Yeah, completely agree. Not gonna go for the blocker play here because, you know, in a tiny pot he's not folding. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do some folding here. And now I'm gonna leave the table, not playing heads up. There's a mania going on in US. It's driving me crazy. It's been 2 days of outrage. I need to come hang out in the Twitch EU streets. Oh, is it part of the Vanessa Cade thing? And the band that was related to that and all that? Is that part of it? If so, then if there's a mania going on, then I'm not a person for this kind of thing myself either. So I would seek a haven from that for a while as well. Okay, now I'm caught up with the chat as well. It must be that thing, Golden Blazer, right? It's somehow connected with Vanessa Kate and somebody ranting off on her and... So as I said earlier, we are either 8 or 6 pints away from PLO 50 and I can't tell until... I can't figure it out. Until Monday or Tuesday, probably Monday. As explained earlier. But check out how we've been doing. Let's for now just assume 8 buy-ins until we move up. And Micro Gaming just has been very kind to us. On Run It Once, I believe we're up a buy-in so far for the day. Pretty much exactly to the penny. Actually, a little bit less now. Up 15 bucks here. They are going all in. What's happening? All in. Alright. So up almost a buy-in on our main side on Run It Once. We're up 70 bucks, i.e. 3.5 buy-ins. So worst case scenario, we are now 4.5 buy-ins away from, is that right? Yeah. From PLO 50, which is nothing. Very nice. If we run well, you know, 4.5 more buy-ins, then we might get there today. And I think if we actually... Here's the deal. If we actually do make that amount, then we just call it a day. Have the home games on Sunday. And start either on Sunday or on Monday with PLO 50. Because I'm taking the day off tomorrow. Just for a change. You know, I'm living with my parents. I'm home alone. Gonna do something involving alcohol and walking around in my underwear. Or someone's underwear at least. Then you got underwear to go around, no need to spoil my own. Ignore all of that, let's just keep talking about poker. I think I'm on safer grounds there. Alright. Nah, I prefer to be suited to the ace here, out of position. No, I think so. Saw on Twitter that you almost turned around. Yeah, I saw that too, the Golden Blazer. Huge congrats, man. You had a big stream a couple of days ago, right? Where you finished 1.7k up or something? I love that you follow the Golden Blazer on Twitter, der Alter. Oh, I do too. Around $600 downswing now, but it was like... Yeah, okay. That feels like you're breaking even, right? If you were down 5k. Actually has to feel like you're on profit almost. Nice, very well done. There was 1.7k of the 5k downswing, okay. Yeah, the Vanessa Kate ship killing bird drama, yeah. Yeah. How do I know? The Shadow Maniac asking me how I know, but I have my sources, my shadowy friend. Nah, you told me yesterday, didn't you? Good. It's usually not the standard approach here. Let's go for it, though. Mixing it up a little bit every once in a while. And hurt. Have I ever thought about having losing 1.7k, having fun and doing it online? There's this, yeah, there's something there. I could imagine. Although it's easier for me to say since I haven't lost 1.7k in ever. So it's easy for me to make fun of it or make light of it. Double suited jacks versus in a button versus blind dynamic here when he comes over the top. We're not folding these. Have I ever thought about coaching, Gloryman? I assume you mean about giving coaching at this point? Because I think you asked me before if I've ever thought about... That's a horrible turn. I like that it's a diamond, don't like that it pairs the board. Nah, not really. Somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago how much I would charge for coaching, and I told them honestly that there's an upper limit of what I can do right now. So it's you can only coach what you understand yourself, or you should only coach what you understand yourself at least. Still, I can't bring myself to fold it. Iffy. It is very iffy and most likely losing play, to be honest. If he checks, then probably not. 1 is the number of pips we outpipped him by. I thought I can't count. 1 is the number. It's obnoxious. Don't just want what's best for each other. Yeah, I'm of the same persuasion. I'm of the same mind, Golden Blazer. That's my approach to life. Can't remember when the last time was that I raised my voice for any reason. Except for when I'm shouting at my cat, because, you know, they need to be shouted at every once in a while. Ah, my cat is... A cheeky bastard is, I think, a very British way of saying how it is with him. But my main point is, yeah, I agree. Golden Blazer. I won't really bring out any negativity there. No, it's just fine. Golden Blazer, it's fine. All good. Very. Yeah, we can agree on that there's more than enough negativity out there, and personally, in my day-to-day dealings in the real world, I try to at least not add that negativity in the world. And if I can, maybe lessen it a little bit. Being nice to people, giving them a smile every once in a while. Things like these. Make a full house. LFG says Golden Laser 4.5 binds from PLO. I know, right? I'm over the moon. I'm not gonna bet here at any point. Even on the river, I mean, the Ace King might call me, like the high card might call me. And other than that, the things that call me, I beat by, pretty much. If he bets here now, then it's a slightly different bag of ferrets. Sunday or Monday, PLO 50. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we could still go on the downswing, but I think that's a reasonable plan for now. Alright, just calling here. And speaking of reasonable, with extra money in the middle of the splash pot. We took it down on table 2, by the way. We are coming over top. If he comes over top once more, we ain't folding. Here we're now betting. Rainbow board, we don't need to go too crazy with top 2, I think. A fine board to see bet on pretty much always. Ace-Jack is hating life, is having a tough time to continue here. Took it down on all the tables, i.e. on table 1 as well. The Alter, I can't say it better myself. That is indeed why the Golden Laser stream is so good. It's fun, it's friendly banter. And you show your feelings in the roller coaster game of... I really couldn't say that any better. Nothing to add, as you put. Fix your gambling bot. There's a gambling bot that has you losing? Do let Kippery know. He's gonna want a copy of that bot. Because the Golden Blazer, in case you don't know, their Alter apparently takes on all the giveaways and all the... Yeah. All the prizes. There's drama somewhere. There's drama everywhere, yeah. You play the 180s, Shadowmanic. The 180s didn't go. Me too. I didn't play the 180s. At least not, you know, the meaningful volume. But the sit and go days, I remember. That's how I got started. Pretty much in poker. The biggest downswing in the short stack game? I had a day where I lost 1300 at PLO 50 and 100. So that is... Hang on, how many binds is that? Let's assume it was all PLO 100, which definitely wasn't. Then that would be 30, 40, 50 buy-ins. I was tilting pretty bad at the end. In the beginning I had some rather tilty days. I remember one occasion on microgaming after I moved up to, I don't know, PLO 20 or possibly even PLO 50 already. Alright, please don't have kings. But just, it's fair if you do. We got unlucky left and right today, so I'll take it. Yeah, and I was starting to tilt pretty crazy, and I left the tables to cool off a little bit, came back, and I think I believe they were talking about me. They were saying something in the chat like, hey, this guy, could you believe what happened there? And they all shut up when they got back to the table. And were very eager to take more of my buy-ins, which they successfully did in the end. I mean, the turns have been huge to us all day. I really can't fault the dealer, or just fate itself, whatever is responsible there. Making us lose one. Can't really argue with that. Although it does not help with our goal of getting to PLO 50. Say that. Alright, finally, after having caught up with the chat once more, managed to add a fourth table to the mix. Sees it nicely aligned. Yeah, it's good enough. Have any pots going on? We have this one. And table 2 is apparently down to heads up, so I'm gonna ditch that one, as always. Not before playing this hand, though. Button raised, or button opened, I called. We got a decent wrap. Nice. Let's take it down here. Alright, no need to raise to go over the top. Still having top and middle pair here. So we block draws a little bit, the only thing we're not blocking is diamonds. Still, I don't mind betting pot here and possibly ending the hand right now. Wouldn't mind it at all. Wait. It is, without a doubt, my weakest position on the table, the small blind. Has been since forever. Then again, I'm not really expecting a huge change here because I hardly put any study time in regarding this. Just never made the time so far. Thank you very much, Golden Blazer. Love it that you had time to check out the channel, man, and be here for a while. I hope you're having a great day. I have no doubt that you'll be back in profit in no time. I've seen you play. I didn't understand many of the plays you made. To me, that I'm not, you know, I'm not completely clueless in No Limit. So I take that as a sign that you definitely know what you're doing, because I didn't know what you were doing. As in, I knew what you were doing, but I saw plays that I would have never made. I'm trying to say that you're very good at what you're doing, And I have little doubt that you'll end up on top before too long once more. See you soon, my friend. You heard it here. The Golden Blazer is gonna stream if you're into high, mid to, from my perspective, actually high stakes tournaments and sit and goals. Then do check out his channel. Der Alte will catch some dinner. See you soon, der Alte. Not a squeeze. Took this one down. Oh. I got her both backdoor flush draws. I would love to see a turn, but I think we won't be able to. Double gutter now. Unfortunately, it's now a rainbow board. He has the heart and the commitment. That's pot. For, what's his name? Aiden? Right? Entirely sure what I'm supposed to do with this one. We're not, let's check it out. What's the spot? We're basically into small button. We could squeeze over a cutoff race, right? Right. That's the spot that we would need to look up in the matrix, so let's do that. Over and squeeze cutoff, that's exactly it. Nothing is the answer. You're not supposed to do nothing with it. You're supposed to let it go and not even be in the sand. Sense. Yes, that makes sense. Pair here with the blocker. Let's actually go. I don't know. More about it than I like to raise. Take this one down. We might every once in a while. Nobody bet the king. Yeah, no. Yeah, actually, we should take this one down quite often, unless somebody, you know, shows up with the jack now. I'm gonna go over the top here because this guy is really short, and at this point, he might be doing this with a draw. Unfortunately, he's not. He had the better two pair, and more power to him. Had he had more money behind, I would not have called, I believe. Iffy, because I was blocking straights, holding a 6. Straight draws. Weird spot. A little bit. Did that to myself a little bit there. Yeah, playing a decent one. Watch. Hey, that's also nice. Nice pot. This time, right? Until before we took it down. Bet half pot on the turn. We flopped nuts. And we're not successful in trying to get more money in. bad. I'm reasonably certain had I bet here on the river he wouldn't have called. So I think that was our best shot as played as to get more money in at this point. And blocking me on outs not having any heart or anything of relevance other than, you know, the top set, of course. But no relevant blockers. I actually don't mind having played for a smaller one there. Or they end up showing. He had aces. 3 diamonds, so yeah, he was not totally in love with that flop, that's for sure. Ah, damn it. I shouldn't have called the raise here, I really should. I have no excuse. Yeah, of course somebody. But you raised with crap? Really? Oh, with the flowers, okay. Interesting stuff. I don't know either, Gloryman. Somebody started saying mean things. Somebody started being a Mr. Poopy Pants, so to say. I don't know what it's about. I don't think it has anything to do with TwitchNet. At least as far as from what little I know. Just something that started on Twitter, I believe. Either on Twitter or live. I don't know. Was how? Apparently the cat wants something. There's food there, so be able to take care of himself. Ace Queen 4-4. What happens in front of us? We're gonna raise if this gentleman just limps. And apparently, I was wondering today why I have an old subscriber badge now. And apparently it is because I am my own first 6-month subscriber, well duh. Which means I really need to get to work on those 6-month badges. I honestly didn't think I would need them anytime soon. Nah. Make that a hand with a 10, like 10-9 or 10-8, sure. I'm liking it much more. I do like even if they're offsuit and otherwise pretty crappy aces up here. Starting to dig them really now, for real now. So we get to 4-bet with them. Of course, always in the back of my mind, if he has kings, and the answer is, and that's that. Get really lucky. With kings. Sort of intriguing. Intriguing. Turns out that lead worked out nicely. Alright, closing the action. We flop a open-ender and a gutter. Well, the 10 would actually give us the nuts here. Here we do flop the open-ender and nothing but. Kings I would play like that. Nice. He bets the pot. We don't have. I don't know. We're letting it go. Outsize bet. Hey, good times. Get raised with the aces. Like it. Money's going in on this PLO 10 table. No doubt about it. I think that he's tanking that long. We're probably not in a horrible shape if he calls, hopefully. Yeah, fine. Ooh, that's a good turn for him. That's a huge turn for him. Wow. I was surprised that we took that one down in the end. What be does it may? Shazam, and let's change this table. And it's not because I doubled up or anything. It is just because tough player to our left, which, you know, whatever, if the table otherwise is good. But the only spot on the 300 table is short stacked, so there's either no value here. I got my first 6-month subscription. Yeah, it doesn't count. Also, my doctor's handbook from the 1800s says that I shouldn't subscribe myself. Apparently it's bad for my eyesight or my back or something. I don't know. Nope. Four tables. Ah, that'll do. Alright, alright, alright. You know what? Actually, that was a mistake not c-betting. This is a board even though I don't have a heart here and, you know, just the top pair, I'm the 3-better in this hand. And this is a board I'm betting almost always as the 3-better, and then take it from there. Yeah. So how are we doing? I think we got some money back on run at once after we lost this one bind. Yeah, so on run at once we're up just a tiny bit more than half a bind. And nothing really changed. Actually, nothing changed at all on micro, except a little bit more rakebacks. On macro, we're up 455. So we're up 65, 3 binds, and just a smidgen over. So that's 3. That means in total, worst case scenario, we are now 5 binds away from PLO 50. 100 euros more. For a handful of euros more, we can move up. Exciting stuff. I guess this frantic signaling means that we have Kippery in the house. What time is it? He was supposed to go live at... Yeah, he was gonna go live at Wait. Are you doing diffuse? No, you wait. Are you confusing me, man? What the hell? Ugh. I think the 9 will give us the nuts, but I doubt we'll survive the flop and see a turn here. This SPR, there's no point in calling. Like if it was heads up and the SPR was 1, I'm pushing, I'm putting it in, but completely different back of ferrets. Easy money. Money. It has to be Kipper here. Nope. Nice one, ace, queen, jack, 6, double suited. Flop here. Oh, I missed a follower. I'm very sorry. Haley Barber. No, actually I didn't. I gave a shout out for that one. Still, since I started, thank you again for following Haley. Yeah, for a moment I thought I missed that shout out. Rectify the situation. We get more aces down here. Crazy dude, likely to raise it up. Let's go for it ourselves. Not get fancy. There's some tables where I would overlimp. And if I have a reasonable expectation of somebody coming over the top. But there are no maniacs on this one that we know of. Well, let's not. Not a great flop. That's fine. Single raise spot, it's not like we're losing heaps here. I'll check folding. Oh wait, just folding if somebody leads. The almighty min bet. So that usually means two things. Either I have absolutely nothing or very little and would like to see a very, very cheap turn. Or I have the nuts and I'm hoping you're gonna raise. Last couple of weeks, it was the former. People just wanting to see a flop really cheaply. A turn. Of course we could have turned the world because nobody has a speed here now, given the action. Should raise with tens? What the deuce? I don't know. You explain that to me. But we get to try again, this time with ace, queen, queen on the same table. Working out rather nicely. Just because I can see it, that I can... You know, he min bets, I fold, this guy folds, and he just takes it down, and... Some sort of weird hand. Which he does, he got maximum value, man, didn't he just? I couldn't do it. Couldn't let this one go this time. Don't get me wrong, I've folded enough times for in a similar spot before. Against this guy, now that we have a sample size of 2 when it comes to him being really weird post, we can raise some of his bets, maybe a little bit more liberally. Oh, tough to say. Ooh, they're playing a nice one. And I suspect this is Kipperia, though I'm not entirely sure. I do know that he wanted to start streaming at 8, which is now. A bunch of interesting spots. That's what the conclusion is here. Tough set is tough to beat on this board. Here we turn pretty nicely. Down. I think we're gonna bet the flop went check all the way. We also have a flush draw. Make that flush get called here. Fortunate. Let's check out what's gonna happen with that flush first. Oh, yeah, better flush. Fair enough. Yeah, here I opted to check. When am I gonna say something controversial to blow up on Twitter? That's an excellent question. I just don't care for the blue M&Ms. You see, I'm a noob at this. The only reason I've been following me all these months. Yeah, not much one to that's I don't say it in many I make weird jokes all the time in real life. I think that's among the most controversial things that I say. But other than that, I could. I certainly have some opinions that are controversial. Yeah, but I'm gonna hold off on that for now. Sharing those on Twitter. Yeah, keep it in mind. You need a marketing push. You can't have bad publicity, right? Going on. Well, we have a small pot happening here. So small anymore. Knocking on wood though, my initial internet problems and troubles from this afternoon seem to have dissipated for now. Again, probably more of a fold. I will need to batten down the my small blind frequencies and ranges. If we pair of 6s with backdoor flush draw, bits half pot, let's take one off. Intriguing. One down. I ditched a PLO 10 table in position 2. On table spot 2 and added another run at once. 20 table. I didn't think about that fold with the kings. Maybe I should have. Let me check that one out. Diamond. A diamond. Well, he didn't have diamonds yet, and I wouldn't have thought it would be the A diamond. We had a pair from the board. I think it's a pretty good board to actually continue with these kings. Couldn't really tell you why I folded. Actually, I can because I didn't think about it. These queens probably button. Are those too weak? Check it out in a moment. Open up an additional table on the side because I wanna look into the table. Might be juicy. We hit the queen 8 deuce, not suited to the queen knight. Couldn't guess what the solver would do. Back. Still a raised fold. Only the queen 7 deuce and 6 deuce, either triple suited or not suited to the queen. That is a fold in that spot. Aces on the board, aces in our hand. Nice change of pace. Take it down. Trace and domination plan. People get nervous when Germans people tend to get nervous when Germans talk about world domination plans. Which is why we're installing all these government officials on the down low in the European key positions in the European Union. Going to ban no limit hold'em. No limit hold'em and Mondays. Just do away with Mondays entirely. Also the 5-day work week. Who came up with that? I mean, we're living in 2020 almost. We really need to spend 5 days a week at work. Oh yeah, I have some plans to get the people on my side. Brussels. Oh Lord, don't get me. Now that's something where I could get started on political correctness. It is great that we're not that a lot of that racist terms are not permitted anymore, or people who use them get shit for them, and they should. But yeah, we're taking it to extremes that I'm very uncomfortable with. Let me put it like that. Yeah, that part is actually true. It's horrible in Germany. It's an example of newspeak, how you change thinking by adjusting language. If you haven't done so, Gloryman, I think we talked about this before, but I think you read it too. Read 1984 by George Orwell. That's what A, made me stop watch TV, and also B, made me not care about politics anymore at all. But yeah, anyway, more poker. Top pair, backdoor flush draw. That's probably quite large. If he bets, we're out. If he checks, we bet. And I have been bleeding chips for a couple of minutes here. I didn't really get any traction. Also called a... I don't think I overfolded much. I think I overcalled, actually. Like, for example, this one is a fold in the small blind. It called... Shot then with just the gutter on the flop. It's not really losing me, Mass Effect D. If you need to fold. We do get our wish and make the nut straight. Unfortunately, we don't block clubs anymore at all. Be optimistic. Oh, we had the straight and the flush. Jesus Christ. Talk about being dead. Nice hand, he says. Nice hand. And we need to keep playing. Oh, maybe this one is kind of alright. We got a double pair, double suited hand here. Raised, alright, closing the action. Let's flop something nice. Quite what I had in mind. Top two here. Here we let it go naturally. The one trouble playing short with Kippery is that there, Kippery is not a value spot on the table by any means. So in actuality, these, like this table here, really isn't a great spot right now. It's not a profitable situation at all. The whole, it's different if different story when the table gets full. They do. Beats me, boy. Nope. Watching. Yeah, we're tedious and completely unnecessary to take it to these extremes. Political correctness. You want to hear something controversial? Here I go. I think it is not completely impossible that this whole political correctness scheme came out of a CIA or likewise, or similar think tank. Of course, you divide society into smaller camps, making them easier controllable, easier to be infiltrated or, steered. Not infiltrated is the wrong term. Nobody cares about infiltrating these people. But easily steered, and also I don't know, I don't quite have the right words in English right now, but you bind mental energy not like in any esoteric sense, but time and energy people could invest into more worthwhile endeavors than figuring out if what the impact of gender equality on global warming is. And lest you think I'm kidding, there was a study financed by the EU about that. So you wanted to hear something controversial? That's my take. I'm not convinced by that. I'm just saying, with all the shenanigans these American three-letter agencies have gotten up to in the past, I could see that as a as a thing that might actually have happened in the real world. So there you go. You wanted to hear something that was from the heart. That is a controversial opinion of mine. So there. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I'd have more, but I think we're better off stopping at this point. Lest I go off on tangents that are probably not of interest to people tuning into a poker stream. Which is ultimately what we're trying to do here. And what we're also trying to do is, first of all, ditch this table because it's three-handed. Nice segue, I know. Is get to PLO 50 for next week. And in order to actually achieve that goal, we currently need, I would guess, around 6 buy-ins. I think that we lost a little. Since last time we checked, we have a double. Well, actually, we have 2 open-enders now. That is a rare thing indeed. Could actually come over the top. He's gonna puke. Here, I'm gonna raise because there's so much extra money in the middle. And, very loose passive. Alright, so, that's too much money in there. Let's get really lucky here. This is definitely pushing it, don't get me wrong. We do have a gutter here. Turn a jack. If this card was not of diamonds, here such a beautiful bluffing spot. That it is of diamonds, well actually everybody checks. Do have a diamond, we blocked the straight. I'm gonna bet half pot up there. Yeah, I just wanna see what's happening down here first. So I tanked a little for initial raise. Hey, we take it down! Yes, good for us. Thank you on tilt. GAS and the Mossad brother. As I said, I'm not saying that that's how reality is. I'm saying, given the shit they pulled over the years, I heard more ridiculous theories being advanced. Although in fairness, I think the Mossad cares about one thing, and that is Israel and keeping it safe. And they're a weird bunch, and there's a lot of stories about them out there. A lot of true stories about them out there too, but I don't think they have those global ambitions. They have the global reach, but they don't have the global ambitions. Or agenda even, as the US does. Hey, somebody didn't hate that tangent and hit that follow button. Let's check it out. I heard the noise. Hey, TY on tilt has followed. Thank you very much, sir. Or madam, as the case might be. And that is not overly politically correct, that's just common courtesy. I feel. I hope. Thanks for the follow. That's a fun one with Kippery there. So, with that in mind, how are we doing? So at the beginning of the day, we stood at either 6 or 8 binds away from PLO 50, and until I can do the math on Monday, until I have an easy time figuring out what my bankroll is, Like to the exact dollar amount, I have a very decent idea. I'm trying to come across like I'm rich and I don't, I don't know what my bankroll is. It's just that there's a lot of money in transit right now. Or some money, not a lot. And long story short, I can't quite figure it out, and that's the main point I'm trying to make. So, more importantly, we are either 8 or 6 binds away from PLO 50. Let's assume 8 for now. And let's check up on ourselves. How are we doing? Run at once, we're up half a bind once more, which is sweet. We're doing definitely bleeding chips there. On microgaming, we're still up 45 plus the rakeback, so 50, 60, we're up 3 binds. Which means, worst case scenario, we are 5 binds away. Best case scenario, we are 3 binds away. Kilo 50. Unless I messed up the math once more, which I am known to do a little bit. Can't be a good sign for a poker player messing up basic math. Like addition and subtraction. Oh well. Hell yeah, Gloryman. Hell yeah. Exactly, yeah. What's that? And don't get me wrong, I spent a year in America and visited afterwards a bunch of times. I love the American people. With all their faults, and don't get me started on the faults of the German people, but the American people are, on the whole, a very lovely bunch. A very nice bunch. But their country is something that seems surreal. Matter of fact, that's not restricted to the country. The whole world seems surreal at this point. You know, I grew up reading science fiction stories, and I'm a huge science fiction fan. A lot of them were utopias, where you thought, 50 and 100 and 200 years, whatever. It's gonna be great on this planet and for mankind. And now everything is just ridiculously surreal. Like, it's unbelievably so. So I do what I can. I'm cynical about it, because that's the only defense mechanism I have. Taking it seriously would take too much of a toll on my health and my mental well-being. So I'm cynical about it. At least I'm old enough, because I was cynical at 20, and that really doesn't come across in a believable manner. But now I'm old enough to pull off being a cynic. And I'll just take it at face value and get a certain amount of amusement value out of it. Ty, yes, and Tylo. Oh, I'm very sorry. Ty on Tilt. I'm rubbish at pronouncing Twitch and online names in general. I apologize. Thank you for the correction. Names are important. I believe that. Alright, go for the bet fold. It's not mandatory. I don't think it's horrible either. Kind of an intriguing flop, all in all. Should we ditch a PLO trainer table, because one run and one's table is open, so we're not ditching this table. Wow, this gentleman seems to be juicy. Juicy. We're not leaving any of these tables. I think I'm just gonna keep it open on the side. I'll move it over whenever something interesting happens. Critical thinking fatigue. Yeah. Yeah. Just guessing at the meaning he has intended there, but sounds like a very good term. So let's see. We have a pair, we have a double gutter, and we have a flush draw. We have a pot-sized bet in front. Kinda still leaning towards a fold. It's iffy. Let's step out of line a little bit here and call for once. See what happens. Ooh, that happens, huh? Good. Sorry. Okay. Get called quite quickly and take it down. What were we up against? Gonna lead as well. Ace 3. Yeah, so we hit the wheel. We make 2 paired on here. Yeah, just gonna check. I think there's a decent chance of taking this one down. Kipari hasn't really with the min raise. Hasn't really. It's not a spot where we bluff habitually. What I'm trying to say. And we're gonna let it go at this point, of course. And the reason why I'm saying this, in case you're new to the channel, good friend of the channel and Finnish coach and poker strategy mentor is sitting on our table here, marked in yellow. I believe that's him. Maybe flop, flop the world. We live in the clown world. I have nothing to add to that. Yeah, we do. It is a circus out there, and the ringmaster seems to be on sabbatical. Unfortunately, the board rolls off with another heart, and at this point we're letting it go. Easy. Do we have a big pot? We do have a big pot going on here. Any tough for aces? Wait. That's nasty. That's a nasty way of losing this one. I think this is nastier than having an ace roll off. Just a random run out. They're playing a big one too. You do get raised here. Let's watch this first. That's too bad. He was blocking straight as well for a huge pot there. Sorry to see that one, Kipari. I think we're letting it go. Connectivity isn't there. Nice thing is we are in position. That would be sweet, but oh, this dude is short. Even more of a reason to let it go. Perfect, this dude is sitting out. No, he's not, damn it. I could have moved the other table over, which is filling up nicely. A lead here, a bit unusual. And now in for penny, in for pound, see if we can take it down at this point. If not, then we're done with the hand. Don't get a fold at this point. We do, and take it down. This gentleman is sitting out. Sorry. Can table over. Actually, still gonna bet fold. Here, going up. This shot. Giving us some additional full house outs. I've gotten into the habit of barreling twice in these spots. With very decent success on the whole. I suspect we're not going to be successful here. We're either dead to kings or way more likely a king 7. Kings would probably check behind there. Oh, he had a 7. Or better. There's something to get? Oh, you just caught it. There's something to get? Eludes me. Whatever you caught, if there's something there, like a double meaning or something. It's eluding me. Same spot, this time 5s paired on this board. Do this a little bit differently and have to see a hard roll off, which is of course amazing. Yeah. So here the double barrel would have worked. not. Alright. If for some reason I lost heart there. Rarely do, I usually double barrel. Yeah, I do. I'm a huge fan of science fiction, and having grown up in East Germany, I still have a very fond and soft spot for Eastern Bloc science fiction, Russian, Polish, Czech. My favorite science fiction author is Stanisław Lem, actually pronounced. Stanisław Lem. A Polish guy who I believe is... I think must be... Like, from all the books I read, I think he's the smartest person I've ever read books of. I pride myself in my ability with the German language. And this guy has words on that... multiple words on each page I'd never heard before, and I need to look up, and that's amazing. And he wrote amazing short stories. He had large parts of the, a decent part of the, what was in the Matrix in the stories decades ago, and yeah, things like that. So I do like me some Stanisław Lem. Like I said here in the end. Besides that, my favorite author on overall is, as you well know, probably by now, is Terry Pratchett. Taking it down? No. And I have to admit, it's been ages since I actually read a book. I do audiobooks most of the time because it's those I can listen to when I fall asleep and I walk the dog. Just let it go. Here, let's see. Hot. So, yeah, I've been listening to Terry Pratchett for, I don't know, 10 years, mostly on repeat. I think there's more than 40 books by him. I think there's a single... There might be 1 or 2 books that I only listen to once or twice, but the majority of them I probably listen to at least 10 times each, I would say. I don't think that's an exaggeration point. So Terry Pratchett was a gift to the world. His fantasies, Discworld novels are funny as heck. They're very finely crafted English, which as my English got better and better over the years, and I still get improving, I get to appreciate more and more. Probably never at a native speaker level, but I do what I can. His stories are amazing, and there's a lot of quips and jokes geared towards the real world. His book, Small Gods, for example, that deals with religion, is quite nasty in places. And there's some pretty funny quips towards religion. Alright, let this one go. So yeah, I like literature is the short answer. Sorry, not much Poco going on there, not much Poco commentary going on for a couple of minutes. Then again, not many hands really haven't commenting much. What? MCC. Fish Food with the follow. Hey, welcome back MCC to the channel. Thank you for the follow. Alright, we need an additional tail, thanks. Here we go. Alright, blind versus blind without folding the super days. And we flop a top pair on the board where flopping a top pair is not necessarily a great source of joy. Time is at 8:30, okay? I need to go on a break at some point in the future, but yet maybe another half an hour or something like that. Oh, to get back to the question and answer it more quickly and more accurately as to what you actually asked. So I love science fiction. I adore science fiction. If it's good science fiction, I also like popcorn science fiction, you know, with aliens from Mars and laser cannons and stuff, but I really dig the more cerebral kind, I guess. Like the movie Solaris, by the way, is based on, is a Stanisław Lem book. A good example of his writing. where he describes alien things, aliens, as being just that, being alien, having nothing in common with humanity, and something humanity might always remain ill-equipped to deal with, as a matter of fact. So I always dug that approach. So science fiction, fantasy. The Sherlock Holmes that I read, I liked a lot. Although besides Sherlock Holmes, I can't really say that I read too many crime novels. They're better to pair then. That's indeed what we need. Okay. I don't like my flop bet, by the way. First of all, it was too large. We were in position. We could have bet smaller, half pot. And there's no second of all, actually. Just the flop size, the bet size was off. I have no idea why I bet larger there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. In my childhood and youth, well, not childhood because then the wall was still up, but in my youth, early teenage years, I read a lot of the Disney comics, Donald Duck and all these. And I'm still very surprised of, I don't know how it is in English, but in German, they teach a very, very sophisticated German at times. I remember some words and one or two phrases that I've never ever heard anywhere outside of a Disney comic book. So I'm very impressed by them in that regard. And I like the stories too. So that's also something that I liked. That's pretty much it, I think. What I mainly from what I read or listen to, yeah. Everybody keeps checking here, huh? It's always risky. There are people that check a flop straight here, and mostly it's when they don't have a spade, and that is correct too, to check, I think. You don't want to load the pot on the flop and with 2 cards to come, versus 3 other guys. For example, if I had flopped nuts here, I would have checked. If somebody bets, I would just call and wait for a turn. Right, taking that one down. They're playing for a big one here, potentially. It's already rather large, this pot. Bet gets called. It's going to be more than 2 buy-ins. So that shows you the extent of my math skills right there, because it was exactly 2 buy-ins. We'll never show the scene again. Oh, one other thing I like there's like little books in German, like collections of aphorisms. I always like those, because at times I can be a sucker for well-crafted language, what aphorisms are all about. I'm also a sucker for a well-crafted starting hand here. The King, Queen, Queen, Jack is decent. Now I'm not going to raise because we're not getting this down to heads up. Once this guy calls, and he's going to call a lot here, it's got a set of a chain reaction. We're going to play a sizable pot out of position with a hand that's not really doing amazing multi-bay. Not doing bad. We can, you know, flop a queen, flop a straight. But yeah. Alright, closing the action I called with suited jacks. Not a great hand, but we flop nicely. Does the min bet. Fair enough. raise or this guy was to raise. I'm just gonna pot it actually, goes for a slightly different take and a slightly different line here. I quite often check it. Sometimes I lead for 3/4, so we're gonna lead for a pot. Wow, nope. Min raise, huh? I'm not really sure what that's supposed to achieve. I never am. It's always slightly mystifying to me. Not shaping up to be a nice hand either. Gets folded around though. We probably gonna give it a whirl. Okay. Making top and middle pair now, in addition to the nut flush draw. And the second nuts I'll take gladly. It's bad because he's bound. No, never mind. There's a decent chance he actually has an ace himself. What do you know? Talking about ace. That's exactly what we have. Ace. Raise in front. The button, even on the button 400 BB, I wouldn't just call. Not with this one, we're through to the ace. Has to be good enough. In fact, 400 BB, it is never a mistake to come over the top and raise. It's a little bit more it pays to differentiate a little bit more between various hands that contain aces. Well, the deeper you get. So the hands I would not like to continue is of course straight draws, but even, except for gutters, even if I bet larger, the better straight draws are not going to fold here. Especially not on a rainbow board. But it's not quite a board we want to check with aces. Call this just this once. Like, I always fold here, pretty much. Let's make this one of the few times where we don't. Because it is a nice bluffing spot. Let's be fair. We have absolutely nothing of relevance. We block nothing of relevance. We blocked a 3, but whatever. But it is just a nice bluffing spot. I expect to lose this a lot. And as I said, I never call here. Let's make this one of the few times where I actually do. We chose wisely. Apparently, we chose wisely. He's puking a little bit. Mouth. Bet on that. How could he call with aces there? Such a bad board for aces. And he's right, too. And I would be saying none of that had we lost it. So, I have to admit that part. Still, it was fun. And seeing that no major hands, no major shifts have happened in the last 15-20 minutes, maybe even more. We might have, yeah, we were folding a lot. We're sitting pretty much on our initial stacks everywhere. Let's check how we're doing. So now on micro we are up 40 in total. 2 buy-ins. 101s. We're up 1 buy-in. We're still up 3 buy-ins. Actually, we're up 3 buy-ins again. We won a nice pot there. Neato. Take a look at our tables. We have an untagged high VPIP player here, given the proper tag. High VPIP with decent preflop raise. This guy, Crash Team, actually has the wrong tag. Be a yellow tag, i.e. not a, not a, what was traditionally called a fish. This guy's stats seems to know what he's doing more or less. Or to whatever extent, but the stats don't look bad. Right tag. Guy. Crash Team again. Just gonna, so once I close the tables, the change tag, because I just changed this tag on another table, are gonna take effect. I'm just gonna change it right now here as well, so I have an easy, I see at a glance that what type of player he is. So this table is still fine. There were a decent amount of spots on the other table we just checked out. This guy's gonna keep his red tag. He was rather on the nutty side of things. The Crash Team once more for the same reason. Yellow tag. So in my mind, that's something a lot of people or a lot of players disregard, at least in the beginning. Even if you found a nice table, first of all, look for nice tables. If the table goes south, goes sour, doesn't look interesting anymore, keep an eye on that and leave the table. And yeah, check up on your tables every once in a while. And table selection is a huge part of, I think it's a really, really sizable part of my win rate. Can probably get away with calling here. The connectivity is perfect. We're perfectly single suited to the high card. If it is a mistake, it's not a big one. We'll check it out in a moment. I'm fairly certain it's not going to get raised. If it gets raised now, we are probably going to call. So let's check it out. We are in the cutoff versus the open. He's under the gun, but technically he's MP because there's somebody missing. No. The 10-8 would be the only non-paired, non-double paired hand with 9s that we would be calling here. It's just, the solver really likes the 10-jack and 10-9 combos. Either blocking or being able to make a lot of the high straights. Well, all of the high straights with the 10. And so I assume that's the reason why the blocker likes the 10-10, the 9-9, 10-8 being suited much more than the 9-9, 8-7. But as I said, if it is a mistake, and we now know it is not a huge one by any means. Cold here in Germany today. I think we'll take a break at the full hour, go in 5 minutes, which is perfect. Then we will have stream for 3 hours, pretty much to the dot. A nice round number. And I'll be back. So usually I come back at 10. Now seeing that, but I take my break earlier. Also start earlier than I did today. Apologies again for having started a little bit later. Maybe we'll be back at 10:30 German time, i.e. in 90 minutes from now. As always, I'll announce on Twitter when I am indeed gonna be back. Well, it's most of a hand. So now unless it gets b-bet, we are calling. lot of money in the middle. Nicely, there's 3 extra big blinds added to the pot. What? What are you mad about? I guess that's Kippery then. Right, raising here. And aces on another table. I'll be fair. Here we're folding, of course. Kippery found a bet. Get raised. Oof. I was gonna fold it heads up now that I'm kind of hoping another guy calls, because then we get a much better price. But multiplayer, I think I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know what the move is here. The ace, I was gonna show you the aces, but those took it down pre. Now we're not folding. We're again hoping this guy calls, getting a much better price. And it's iffy with just a flush. With just a flush draw, I would be folding. I think that we have the backdoor flush draw as well, like. And I feel my hands are tied a little bit. There. Good one for us, a queen will do it. Nice! Got a little bit lucky there. Nice. Bets in 2 peeps. We have to backdoor flush draw. That's half pot. That's half pot. Okay. And now we get the aces. Let's see if we get bad beat. Make an open ender, unfortunately, on a now flushed board. Losing interest rapidly. Yeah. Do we get the bad beat now? Half pot, that's pretty much always raise pot position. Last orbit, ladies and gentlemen, I believe. It's a good time to call it a session. Thank you very much, Glory Man. Yeah, I need to get some food. Go listen to a book. I will, actually, when I walk the dog. That would have sounded so weird 100 years ago. Go listen to a book, my friend. Also, thanks for being around for such a long time today, Glory Man. Theater Man. Hey, oh. No 10 table? No, that's just short. So we're getting it in here. If he makes any move, yeah. Still, probably a little fold equity with this remaining stack, although we've seen people fold. Now we could get bad beat. Nah, not bad beat, really. It's fine in making a flush here. It's fine, I tell you. It's fine. Yeah, once he bets, which he shouldn't, in my mind, then calling it off is fine with flush draw. He could be drawing almost dead, though. If I have a better flush draw, he's in a horrible, horrible shape. The last hand here, and a few more down here. So how we be doing? How we be doing? What's the result? As I said, beginning of the day, we were 8 binds away, worst case scenario, or 6 binds away from, what's it called? PLO 50, right? Getting forgetful in my old age. On run it once. We are up 1 buy-in, pretty much to the penny. On micro, we are up 50, so that's 17 in total. That means 6.5. Sorry, 3.5 binds, of course. I'll show the micro gaming graph in a moment as well. We are running OVV. Yeah, massively. Cool. We still have a lot of EV to make up. See, we like 25 binds under EV in the last, I don't know how many, 10,000 hands. Not that many. 60,000 hands or something, I guess. I don't know. FD over pairs, plural this time, and both backdoor flush draws. Pretty safe board to see bet on. And that's it. Right, early graph. EV as well. So we EV-wise, we are up. Keep in mind, EV is always just a guideline, the way it, due to the fact how it is being calculated in both Poker Tracker and Holder Manager. It is an indication at best. You can't really take it as a rock solid type of thing. And if you want to know why that's the case, then I'll happily tell you what I remember about why that is so in the next stream. Right. Actually, you know, while we're at it, I can show the graph for the month because it's kind of fun. Here it looks nice. Also running massively on the OVV. Don't ignore these numbers here a little bit due to the fact that not all hands are being counted on microgaming. This is not my true BB per 100. It's somewhere half that. So EV adjusted. Again, caveat applies. We're like running at 8 BB per 100, which is more than nice. Don't get me wrong. That's a nice amount of rake back here. Without an EV. Even the EV looks decent here. Going up all the way. Hit a snag in the beginning, first 1,000 hands. It's not a huge sample size, I'm completely aware of that. But I'm happy with how things have been going. Right, everybody, I'm also very happy that so many of you chose to keep me company once more. If you want to be informed when I come back online, you can follow me on Twitch, which is also good for the channel, helping me out. Not necessary by any means, you can just check the schedule. And if you definitely want to know when I come online, then consider following me on Twitter. That's pretty much what I use it for, so I don't post pics of my, you know, what I ate today or anything like that. I'm not that type of guy, but I use it to announce all my streams. Long story short, let's go and raid somebody fun. Yeah, I managed to find somebody fun. And I'll be back in, I think, 90 minutes, barring any unforeseen things being unforeseen. Till then, guys, cheers.